Hold off on presuming you are an expert on Atlanta's hip-hop and romantic scenes. Breathe. Because the rumors that are now circulating are upending the fandom. This hasn't been confirmed. There hasn't been any official recognition of this. Fans are going bananas about this though, as several insider reports and gossip blogs claim that it's the most explosive, behind-the-scenes incident the show has seen in years. According to these accounts, a private meeting suddenly turned into chaos when a purported movie was shown in the room, a video that was supposed to stay under wraps. Karlie Redd is said to have been the first to bring it up, and everything was altered the moment it came out. Emotions were running high, almost instantly. They spoke louder. There were accusations. The fans also claimed that Kirk Frost was pushed to an unheard-of breaking point. According to people who knew about the occurrence, there was a momentary hush in the room. Thus, the story goes, Kirk apparently lost his anger during the calm that only happens right before a storm strikes. Sources claim that his reaction was not well-reasoned, unprepared, and most definitely not something to overlook. Fans have been shocked by how quickly things have developed, especially in light of the complicated past. Collectively, these names, the uneasiness is only increased by the fact that the accused individuals in that video are identified. Online debates have already been triggered by Rasheeda's name being used in new rumors. Furthermore, the internet entirely breaks down when Mendeecees is mentioned in the same phrase. Even though none of this has been verified, fans still pick sides, watch past episodes again, and question what they thought they knew about these relationships. There are countless comments, theories, and emotional outbursts from viewers who appear surprised by these claims on social media. Some people believe that this explains chronic stress. It seems unrealistic to others. But there is one thing that is clear. The family was divided. It is said that friendships were tested. The idea that such a thing might even be rumored has also completely changed the conversation. Thus, the real question is not whether this happened. The main questions are why so many reports are suddenly pointing to the same explosive story, and what might happen if even some of it turns out to be true. Remain put because this issue no longer seems simple after you find out the specifics of the alleged altercation. Reports state that the tension did not start out loud. There was silence at first, the kind of quiet that makes people uneasy before they even know why. According to reports making the rounds on fan pages and entertainment blogs, everyone showed up for what appeared to be a routine get-together. Nothing special on the surface, just familiar people with familiar histories. On the other hand, individuals said they felt uneasy as soon as they stepped inside. Some claimed that Karlie appeared unusually focused, almost determined, as if she were repressing something, while others claimed that Kirk was already agitated, distracted, checking his phone, and hardly interacting. The story claims that the conversation shifted from topical updates to more serious topics. Old wounds are slowly reopening. Rasheeda's name was allegedly brought up in passing, not in a hostile or direct manner, but enough to shift the tone. Fans are amazed at how often these situations begin with something trivial. According to one mentioned, Kirk's stance changed as a result of these assertions. He reportedly hardened his tone and leaned forward as if he could predict the direction of events. Those with knowledge of the situation said this was the moment when friends looked at each other, signaling that something was going to happen. Then there is the information that has gone viral online. Several versions claim that Karlie did not jump right in. Instead, she reportedly let the tension build, letting Kirk talk, letting others react, and then calmly saying that everyone needed to see something. Witnesses reported that the room froze. No one laughed. No one raised their voice. The emotions were strong. No voice had been raised yet, because whatever was to be shown carried weight. According to rumors, Kirk immediately questioned her meaning. Reports state that he asked why she was always adding drama in a loud voice into places it has no right to be. According to these unverified allegations, Karlie didn't yell. On that detail alone, fans are divided. According to some, maintaining composure made matters worse. She allegedly replied that she wanted people to know what was happening behind closed doors and that she preferred clarity than drama. Allegations that Rasheeda was not physically there at the time only served to intensify reactions. According to reports, Kirk grew visibly agitated, pacing a bit, and adamant that any rumors were out of date, tired, and inconsiderate of his family. But even in the absence of a video, followers eventually start to mentally relive the incident. It has been reported that Karlie pulled out her phone. According to some, she paused for a brief while, as if reconsidering, before pressing play. It's important to note that this has not been confirmed. there is no footage that can be verified. There are only claims that such a clip exists and was presented in private. However, a number of theories have been raised by the reaction that sources have recorded. Kirk's face, they say, changed in an instant. Nor confusion, nor curiosity, but a mix of disbelief and anger. One individual claimed that he abruptly stood up, pushed his chair back, and demanded to know the location of the video, where it originated, and the reason behind the mention of Mendeecees' wife. Fans have been shocked by how quickly the alleged shift from tension to a full-blown emotional outburst happened. Reports state that there were comments made that echoed Kirk's assertion that the video was being misinterpreted or possibly fabricated. According to the same accounts, Karlie refused, saying she didn't make the video and that she had nothing to gain by lying. The footage has reportedly been silently circulating for some time. According to her, others who thought it would never be discovered shared it. Not only Kirk, but everyone in the room was crying at this point. Friends reportedly stepped in to try to calm him down, telling him that yelling would just make things worse. This plot gains complexity from the part that Mendeecees plays. Many have conjectured that the alleged movie was suggestive rather than explicit in light of these rumors, enough to raise curiosity. According to some, it portrayed a singular incident. Some claim it hinted at something deeper. Despite the fact that none of this is proven, the uncertainty is exactly what divides the audience. According to witnesses, Kirk screamed that people were trying to destroy his family to gain attention, and he accused Karlie of continuously placing herself in awkward positions to appear important. Sources claim that Karlie was unwilling to compromise. She reportedly reminded Kirk of times in the past when the truth was repressed until it could no longer be hidden. Apparently, the analogy was enough to make Kirk lose it. Fans are shocked by how frequently history is brought into the present drama on this show, and it seems that this situation is not unique. Kirk reportedly responded by saying that it was unfair to bring up the past, that he had worked to rebuild trust, and that rumors like these threatened the cause he had fought for. As the conflict continued, reports said that the room was divided. Other pals reportedly concurred with Kirk that unfounded rumors shouldn't be circulated. Some people reportedly thought that suppressing rumors only made them more likely to spread. In that moment, dread of what would happen if this story went on divided the family in addition to devotion. Those there claimed that the argument slowed, not because it was resolved, but rather because they were tired by the end of the session. Kirk apparently stopped yelling and became oddly quiet. Witnesses said he shook his head and stared at the phone, saying repeatedly that none of this made sense. Other online theories have been triggered by that remark alone. Fans are shocked to learn that sometimes silence is more powerful than anger. A number of people claim that the event ended abruptly without any explanation, apology, or agreement on what should happen next. As news of this alleged meltdown spread, social media exploded. The viewers began examining earlier shows, interviews, and conversations with Kirk, Rasheeda, Karlie, and Mendeecees. Fans were also quite emotional. Some were strongly in favor of Kirk, while others questioned whether more information was being withheld, after being painstakingly kept up for years. Despite the fact that nothing has been confirmed, one thing is clear from these claims alone. Whether or not it was true, whatever was on show in that hall changed how everyone saw one another, and the repercussions were only beginning to show. Sources claim that rather than in the room, the real harm happened in the hours after that tense meeting. That was the next step. According to some familiar with the situation, Kirk did not storm out, as many had expected, but instead left clearly shaken, silent, aloof, and clearly taking in what he had just seen and heard. Fans are shocked by this revelation because it contradicts his reputation for evoking strong emotions. Instead, reports claim that after recognizing how bad the situation was, he went directly home. Rumor had it that Kirk and Rasheeda got into a furious and passionate argument behind closed doors. Kirk reportedly found it difficult to even bring up what had happened. However, none of this has been confirmed. However, none of this has been confirmed. Some claim that as Rasheeda paced the room, he immediately recognized something was wrong. She reportedly asked him directly what was going on when she realized this was more than just another story from the outside world. According to these unverified allegations, Kirk eventually told her that Karlie had shown her a supposedly fake film, and that Mendeecees' name appeared on it. Then, reportedly, emotions flared. Accounts of Rasheeda's reaction have shocked fans, who claim that it was one of deep hurt rather than open anger. Sources claim that she first became mute as she attempted to understand how her name could once again be the target of public suspicion after everything she and Kirk had already experienced. Instead of focusing on the video, the accounts claim that Rasheeda asked Kirk a lot of questions about why somebody would even believe such a thing. The question itself was considered profound. Kirk could have justified himself by saying that he believed her completely and that the tape was meaningless. But the damage was already done. Emotions were running high during these alleged conversations because trust is harder to uphold in private. Once it has been tested in public, friends and family reportedly began picking sides without even realizing it. People close to Rasheeda reportedly advised her to ignore the uproar, reminding her that rumors had nearly tore her family apart in the past. Others, according to the same sources, thought it was risky to dismiss the charges outright, especially at a time when so many people were suddenly talking about the same alleged video. Meanwhile, reactions on social media were stoking the flames. Supporters are amazed at how quickly some viewers' conjecture turned into reality. Comments on timelines claimed that the truth was finally coming to light. However, some accused bloggers of exploiting well-known names in order to get attention. Kirk reportedly saw a lot of this online reaction, which reportedly infuriated him even more. Sources claim that he felt duped by Karlie and by the idea that people were so quick to presume the worst about his family. In the meantime, other rumors concerning Mendeecees' reaction began to circulate. Although he hasn't issued an official declaration, fan reports suggest he was aware that Rasheeda's name was being considered with his. Others insist he was furious at being dragged into a drama he had nothing to do, while others believe he laughed it off in private. With this ambiguity, which simply provided another twist, drew fans to each update. According to reports, Karlie also didn't keep quiet. She didn't feel understood, according to others. They were unfairly blamed for merely drawing attention to a subject that was already being discussed. She is said to have told friends that she didn't intend to hurt Rasheeda, but she believed that if they disregarded the alleged film, the rumors would only get worse. Fans are shocked by how quickly Karlie changes from a truth-teller in some storylines to a major antagonist in others. Reports state that as the days passed, the tension began to show itself slowly. On social media, fans noticed alleged changes in behavior. Likes are disappearing, and enigmatic posts that seemed passionate without naming names are limiting comments. These little facts gave rise to countless ideas. As onlookers tried to look past the obvious, emotions were running high. Those with knowledge of the case said that Kirk's belief that silence was a reaction in and of itself made it most difficult for him to feel vulnerable. The idea that he would discuss something related to his wife, he was believed to feel powerless without her present. Sources claim that he continued thinking about the incident and wondering if he should have stopped it sooner or reacted differently. Instead of using yelling, that alleged internal issue caused friction at home by dividing a close-knit group of trusted people. She reportedly questioned why certain connections had lasted this long given how easily they might turn into sources of pain. Everyone made different steps to protect themselves, which caused the family to become divided, both within and out. Fans are shocked by how familiar this pattern seems. The effects of studying history are diverse. Nothing was decided at the end of this part of the story. No comments were made. No justifications were given. Instead, there was a noticeable sense of unease that pervaded everyone involved. According to these rumors, the alleged video did not disappear. The silence made the situation feel much more explosive, and the rumors continued. Whatever the reality, the emotional consequences was enough to change relationships, and a growing number of people believed that another dispute was inevitable. Thus they felt pressured to have one. As the days passed, the incident's emotional toll began to impact everyone's daily life, according to reports. According to those close to the group, this was not a short-lived flare-up fueled by speculations, but rather a slow-burning pressure that would not go away. Fans are amazed that something that hasn't been confirmed can still feel so real to people who are impacted by it. Conversations have been seen to become wary and circumspect, as if every comment could be repeated somewhere. Sources claim that Kirk began to mentally relive past memories, things that felt settled in the past, no more suspicious in the wake of new rumors. Emotions were running high as he allegedly asked whether forgiveness had ever truly healed past wounds or had merely buried them. Those close to him said this internal struggle was exhausting, not explosive, but heavy. According to accounts that are circulating, there was a distinct kind of upheaval in the tension that shows up in silence rather than shouting. Claims that she remained calm while dealing with intense emotional conflict in a private situation have appalled her fans. According to some, she maintained her sense of groundedness by focusing on her family and her day job. She could still hear the whispers, though, messages from